Nityanandam. With a deep gratitude to my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji, I welcome you into the series of Sanyas. The purpose of Sanyas is enlightenment. And enlightenment is not the only purpose. Swamiji says the purpose of a sannyasi is to protect the dharma. That is why having a sampradaya, a sannyas sampradaya, is very, very important for our culture, because only a sannyasi is committed more than 125% or beyond to just protecting and enriching the world with the dharma. Not only he protects, he also teaches people, makes sure the knowledge reaches people and they are able to apply it in their everyday life. Protecting the dharma and making sure the dharma is spread all across is the purpose of a sannyasi. And the most important work of a sannyasi, of course, like I said, is enlightenment for his own sake and making sure the signs of enlightenment reaches everybody. Then why can't they do the same thing being a samsari? Swamiji narrated a beautiful story which happened during Buddha's time. Buddha was walking along a river with all his disciples, and one of his disciples, Buddha also had a combination of sannyasis and samsaris as his disciples. So one of his disciples asked Buddha, what is the difference between a sannyasi and a samsari? So Buddha is just standing there looking at the river, and he asks his disciples to build a raft for them to cross the river. So quickly they gather all the twigs, the wood, the twine, whatever raw material the forest had. They collected everything. They made a beautiful raft, one for Buddha himself and 2-3 for his other disciples. They cross the river. Once they get down, Buddha again stands by the river. He's just gazing into the river, and he asks one of his sannyas disciples, what should we do with the raft now? Should we keep it, or should we just let it go so someone else can use it? A sannyas disciple responds, we can let it go if we need again. Anyway, cosmos will provide for us. Why should we have this? Immediately a samsari disciple jumps in and says, no, Buddha, you should not let this go. Do you know how much hard work we've all put together? You were there. We all worked hard to put this together, and let's keep it. It might be of use, some use in the future for us. Buddha just smiles and says, see, this is the difference between a sannyasi and a samsari. Sannyasi is not attached to the fruits of his action, whereas a sansari or a samsari is attached to the fruits of his action. And not only is he attached, he likes to hoard, gather, store, hoping sometime in the future it will be of use. Yesterday morning, a friend of mine was telling me about one very well-renowned businessman, one of the prominent, richest men in this side of Asia. He's a workaholic who works 24/7. But the first thing he does, he's one of the richest men in the world. And the first thing he does, he finishes his morning marathon or walk or whatever, gym, comes back. By 7 o'clock, he finishes reading all the newspapers, and if his company's news is not on the front page of the business or the Economic Times of India or the business related newspapers and magazines, he just calls his PR team and fires them by 7 a.m. in the morning. Every day he does this, day in and day out. One way you can look at it is, wow, what a hardworking, aggressive businessman. He knows what he wants. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is, He's already achieved everything. What more is he craving for? Why is he so aggressive? And he uses such bad language. It's amazing that you cannot expect someone of his caliber to use such bad language, was what my friend was saying. When that bad language is used in such a manner, that means he's filled with violence. He's still filled with the mentality to hold, hold, hold. Whereas you will not find this kind of a thought process with any sannyasi. It's always giving, giving, giving versus holding, holding, holding. So it's only a sannyasi who's always holding the highest space of dharma, holding the highest value for enlightenment, who will be able to spread this dharma, this teaching authentically without any judgment of who deserves and who does not deserve it. Becoming a sannyasi or being initiated into sannyas by my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji, will be a very rare gift for anybody who decides to take up sannyas, because it's not every time that an incarnation, that an avatar comes in the form of a guru to create a sannyas sampradaya which will protect the dharma. And you can imagine what a solid foundation this is going to be, and what a fantastic sampradaya this is going to be, because this is the foundation of this sampradaya itself is this integrity, authenticity, enriching and causing. Integrity to the core is absolute. There cannot be compromise on integrity nor authenticity, which will automatically become enriching and causing. So the first two, when it gets so drilled and the foundation becomes so strong, this sampradaya, which has been founded by my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji, just because of its principles, and that this principle is being taught by an incarnation who has no other hidden agenda than that this sampradaya must foremost protect the dharma and enrich the world with this dharma. When such a strong foundation is laid, this will become an unshakable, undeniable force in the next few years and for many decades to come, much like our ancient Vedic civilization, which is being revived in front of your eyes in the Nityananda Peetham under the aegis of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji. If you want to live life king size, or if you want to live life in its complete sense, sannyas around Swamiji is the only solution, and you will attain what you want in life. If you have any questions, or you want to be initiated as a sannyasi by my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Sri Nityananda Swamiji, into the sampradaya, please leave your questions, comments, clarifications, queries, any other things you want to clarify upon, you want to know the procedure, how it happens, what goes on. Please write it in the below section and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching. Nityanandam.